On the threshold of the 21st century, informatics is the engine of development around the world. This engine needs the energy of education, cornerstone on which to build efforts to enter the information age using the tools of technology. These are the conclusions of the Informatics 2000 initiative undertaken by the IDB. Knowing that education in a global world cannot be based on isolated individual experiences, the IDB has proposed the Digital Education Network for Latin America. The network takes into account the educational policies of each country. It is based on the premise that certain contents are basic and common to all the countries of Latin America and the Caribbean, while others are specific to each region. The Network for Latin America proposes permanent exchange between educational communities using the required tools. This will put in place a continuous and enriching interchange to ensure the development of common and local content which is up to date and of general interest in the region. The daily reality of numerous rural areas in Latin America has not changed significantly in the past 50 years. In this milieu, children grow up having little contact with other children of the same age, and without the entertainment that would be habitual in the city. They become workers prematurely in order to help their families. Their first, and perhaps only, opportunity for socialization is the school, which receives timid children with a sparse vocabulary. The teacher's burden, often the only one, is excessive, teaching children of different ages and levels.
Si nosotros no avanzamos en tecnología, si no incorporamos el uso de la computadora como una herramienta, como la tiza, como el manual, quedamos alejados de estos. Si no avanzamos en la comunicación, si no nos acercamos por lo menos a comunicarnos en las escuelas que están alejadas por una internet acerca de qué está pasando en nuestro país o en el mundo. Y si no nos capacitamos, nunca vamos a poder lograr un objetivo en educación.
The reality of the educational system in urban schools is not very different. In Latin America and the Caribbean, basic and intermediate education is not lived as a merely informational experience, but as a process of formation. For this reason, the Digital Education Network has identified and made available the interdisciplinary learning software, with functionality demonstrated in the past few years. This software uses an open and profoundly interactive methodology, starting with the construction of knowledge. Through the use of curricular software, each teacher can adapt the contents to planned requirements, adding local content and activities related to the daily reality of each region and freely developing national identities.
Utilizar todas las herramientas y poner todas las experiencias diarias que luego puedan compartir con otros alumnos de otros establecimientos.
The Digital Education Latin American Network will help teachers to think globally while they act locally, seeking equity and opportunities without homogeneity of information. Teachers can compare their projects with those produced in other milieus. The interdisciplinary learning software made available by the IDB through the Digital Education Network will act as a catalyst for new local, national, and regional projects. It will facilitate communication and interaction between educational communities throughout Latin America. Society will see its schools fulfill their objective, the formation of whole persons, persons with capacity and with a civic conscience. They will be educated with quality and with the ability to live full lives in accord with the needs of today's world. And they will be conscious that their national identities should project from their commitment to the region to collaboration between peoples.
¿En qué te ayuda la computadora a vos?
Aprender, 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 aprender.